Vaccine passports create a different class of citizens.
Right now on Up with KREM, the possibility of vaccine passports, why some states are not on board.
I still think the city has a lot of heart, and I think that it really, truly cares about its citizens.
A new Spokane documentary turns the spotlight on those experiencing homelessness in the city. This morning we talked to the creator about the goals of the film.
We're waking up to mountain snow and a little bit of rain down in lower elevations. We're talking the odds of that snow moving down and a temperature trend that looks kind of spring-like.
As entertainment venues start to make a comeback in the pandemic, one of country music's biggest names will be returning to Spokane.
Up with KREM starts right now with Joshua Robinson, Jeremy Legoo, and Dana Marie McNichol.
All right, we're taking a live look outside right now. This morning's a little bit iffy. We got a little bit of everything this morning. Meteorologist Jeremy Legoo will have that in just a little bit. He's talking about scattered showers could be sticking around for the weekend. Good morning and welcome to Up with KREM. I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Dana Marie McNichol. And today's conversation is all about vaccine passports. So this morning we want to hear from you. So we have a live poll right now on social media. Should places be able to ask you for a vaccine passport when traveling or going inside a building? So let's take a look at some of these results. 57% of you this morning are saying yes, and 27% are saying never. So you can go on Twitter and you'll see that through the KREM to Twitter page and send us your vote. We definitely want to know what you think.
Yeah, and if you do send us in your vote by texting us, let us know why. We also want more than just a yes or no answer. So tell us why you think they should or shouldn't. Okay, so as vaccine numbers increase, more people are venturing out to events and planning trips, but there are questions about whether we will be able to need to carry the so-called vaccine passports to prove you've received the shots.
So we do have Nicole Hernandez. She's joining us right now to explain what they are and why everyone is not really on board with these. Good morning, Nicole.
Yeah, good morning, guys. So vaccine passports are basically this idea that people should have to show proof that they've gotten the vaccine to get into certain places or have access to certain services. But the big question on everyone's mind right now is how that has to do with airports like the Spokane International Airport behind me. Will you need to bring a vaccine passport along with your normal passport and a mask to catch a flight? Well, a spokeswoman for Washington Governor Jay Inslee said they are not considering vaccine passports in Washington. However, it is possible that private companies could require them. The White House says Americans will not be required to carry a vaccine credential or so-called vaccine passport. Several U.S. states, including Idaho, have actually already banned vaccine passports, arguing vaccines are not mandatory.
A trend is starting to emerge across the country, one that threatens individual freedom and patient privacy. I'm talking about so-called vaccine passports. Vaccine passports create a different class of citizens.
Now, New York State just unveiled a digital pass that shows proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test, and other counties have been moving ahead with vaccine passport plans. And several international airline companies have actually gotten this new universal travel pass that can show that you have a negative COVID test, and they're thinking about using that same kind of system to show vaccines as well. Live in Spokane, I'm Nicole Hernandez.
All right, Nicole, thanks so much. All right, other big story today is the weather. Let's get to meteorologist Jeremy Legoo in the Outdoor Weather Center. We love sending him out in the elements whenever the weather takes a little bit of a turn. So, Jeremy, what can we expect this morning on this Friday Eve?
Tim, it is just a little bit of a turn now. Earlier it was coming down pretty good, but now it's kind of a light little drizzle here on South Hill, but still it's moisture. Ground's wet, grass is wet, and there's no doubt about it. We do need some of this moisture, so we welcome it. Early on this morning, temperatures are hanging out in the 30s. We're sitting at 37 degrees here in Spokane, and that's not too bad. Light little bit of drizzle coming down. Winds still persisting out of the south-southwest at about 11 miles per hour, and with that being the case, temperatures are staying pretty mild. We're up above freezing in most lower elevation areas early on this morning. You head up to about 3,000 feet and this rain turns over to a bit of snow. this wind does die down as we head through the day. So about the time the moisture comes to an end, so does the wind. We get into the afternoon, we start drying out, we start getting rid of a lot of this, but it is snow coming down in some of those higher elevations. So just be ready for it. The moisture does stick around here for the next few hours. So I think we have a wet morning commute, and it's nothing to really be too concerned about. But when it comes to that morning commute, a little bit of moisture on the road after some dry mornings, it always seems to slow things down. I don't know why that is, but it does. So just add a little extra time for your morning commute. By about the 10 o'clock hour, we could see a little bit of rain and snow starting to wind down here in Spokane, then quickly work its way out. By this afternoon, it's a mix of clouds and sun across the inland northwest, and we stay that way as we head into the day on Friday, so enjoy it. But temperatures remain a bit cooler. It was a cold front that went through, so today we're in the low 50s. Tomorrow we're in the low 50s, and as we head into the weekend, temperatures stay a little bit cooler. I'll let you know why coming up, and talk about a warm up in the works. There we go.
That's what we want to hear. All right, Jeremy, thanks so much. Well, time for your morning rush now. More news in less time.
The Washington State Senate approved a ban on Native American mascots at schools. Now, school districts will have until the end of this year to phase out the mascot, team name, or logos. The ban does not apply to schools located within Native American areas or places nearby, as long as the nearest tribe authorities have use the name. So the House will have a final vote, and then it will head to the governor's desk. Governor Inslee has signed a new measure into law pertaining to felon voting rights. People convicted of a felony in Washington will now automatically have their voting rights restored when they're released from custody. The main supporter of this movement is Representative Tara Simmons, who was incarcerated herself before becoming a lawyer.
In Alabama, signatures are under review ahead of an official vote tally on whether workers at a fulfillment center there will unionize. The union, hoping to represent the workers, says more than 3,200 ballots were cast, about 55% turnout. The election ended on March 29th, but Amazon is challenging some of the ballots. Counting is expected to start this afternoon or tomorrow. And an all-new spring farmers market is kicking off for the season. Local vendors will be at Riverfront Park Pavilion weekly for an all-new spring farmers market. More than 20 local businesses kicked off the new tradition last night. Some vendors include Liberty Cider Works, Spiceology, Fetch Bakery, and the Scone Ranger.
It'll just be really nice to connect with the community again after winter and kind of being shut in. So we're looking forward to just seeing lots of people.
There are also rotating food truck options every week. The market will be back next Wednesday and will happen weekly through May 12th, and the event starts at 3 and ends at 7.
That's your Morning Rush. More news in less time. Let us know what's happening in your neighborhood by using the hashtag #UpWithKrem on social media. And listen up, country fans. The 2020 Country Music Awards Entertainer of the Year, Eric Church, will be coming back to Spokane. He's one of my personal favorites. He will be at the Spokane Arena on April 16th, 2020. I know I have to wait a little bit longer. Now, the tour is named appropriately the Gather Again Tour. Tickets go on sale May 7th at 10 a.m., so mark your calendar. You can purchase them on the Spokane Arena's website or on Church's website directly. And Eric Church is not the only act coming back to the Inland Northwest. Northern Quest Resort and Casino announced the return of its Pepsi Outdoor Summer Concerts last month. Now, the announcement comes after canceling the popular music series in 2020 due to the pandemic. Northern Quest will kick off the concert series on July 22nd with Ice Cube. Smokey Robinson and Foreigner will also be performing in July. I know Darius Rucker is supposed to also be on the docket September 24th. I see there. You can buy those tickets online right now.
Lots of good music coming back to the area. Again, so excited to have performances and live concerts back.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Northern Quest has such a great outdoor experience. So for me, that's something I'm really interested in. Good summer, warm weather, live music, and a nice cocktail.
I know. I was actually just looking for tickets. Like, how do I get involved?
Yeah, no, just so great to see things are opening up back again.
I think tomorrow's payday for some people, so we should be in good shape.
All right, I'm going to go back to booking.
Oh boy.
Sauce seed I want.
Okay, ready? Let's do it. Coming up for payday for parents, we're breaking down the tax credits on the way this summer.
All right, and we are going to take you outside. We're talking a little bit of a wet morning and letting you know what to expect later on today and how this little change affects our weather as we head into the weekend.